Hello out there in YouTube land. We are WordPress Tampa Bay. I am Jim True, lead organizer for WordPress Tampa Bay, and below me we have Elaine Simmons and Travis Lopes, the other organizers for WordPress Tampa Bay. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
There you go. Oh, we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Uh-oh. Oh, not worry about it right now. Facebook's having issues. So anyway, this is our Ask Us Anything crowdsourcing WordPress support workshop. As I said, we are WordPress Tampa Bay. We meet monthly on the third Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. online for our Ask Us Anythings, and we're discussing in-person quarterly socials. Our meetup is meetup.com/WP Tampa Bay. Our website is wptampabay.org. And on our website, you can find out about our Slack chat, our Facebook group, and link to our history of live streaming meetups and videos from all of that stuff. We are a member of the WordPress Tampa Bay network, which is a loosely affiliated combined meetups for Tampa Bay that covers Tampa, St. Petersburg, Brandonville, Rico, Newport Richey, and Lakeland. 2023 statistics. So last year we had 7 live streams and 1 in-person meetup in Tampa at the Armature Works, and we had 1 watch party. How exciting! But we had, what is that? 7 hours of video? I guess 7 to 7.5, maybe hours of video out there on YouTube. Not bad. We were talking before the call started about possibly doing WordPress Wednesdays, which would be a way to have informal connections in your neighborhood or little informal meetups in your neighborhood. We don't really have a hosting space right now, so that's kind of the problem, and it's very hard to find a hosting space for meetups these days that you don't have to pay for. So unless we're getting hosted one or getting one provided for us, we don't have the funds to pay for that. We were meeting at the WP Garage. Is that what it was called? Was the Garage or Tech Garage in downtown St. Petersburg? Tech Garage in downtown St. Petersburg. And then they moved their location prior to the pandemic and we lost them. And then we went to, what was the name of that developer school? I completely forgot their name.
Suncoast Developers Guild, right?
That's it. We were meeting at the Suncoast Developers Guild for a really long time.
Who could forget?
And really enjoyed that one, but they went online only too during the pandemic. So post-pandemic, finding a space is a little hard. I know Tampa used to meet at the library in South Tampa. But I mean, that was kind of the thing, those meeting spaces, you either have to arrange them or organize them and keep them up, and you've got to meet there on a regular basis, and they weren't meeting that often. So I was trying to come up with a way to establish local connections and meetup kind of things like little coffee hours, maybe getting together like a happiness bar, that sort of thing. And so I came up with the idea of WordPress Wednesdays. And the idea would be is that it's maybe weekly, but weekly in different locations, different areas of Tampa Bay. So I would be happy to do one in Lakeland at least once a month, maybe twice a month. I'm fine with either. Because on Wednesdays is the one day of the week that I actually do WordPress stuff outside of work. I will take like an hour to 2 hours and do either pods work or agency type work. But I like going to coffee shops to do that kind of stuff, or libraries or stuff of that nature. And my thought would be is putting like a little sheet of paper out that said WordPress, you have the WordPress logo and Wednesdays underneath, and pop that in front of me while I'm sitting there. And then if somebody comes up and asks a question, then I'm available to answer questions for an hour and a half too. So what do you guys think?
Well, you'd have to be quiet if you're in a library or even in a coffee shop. You can't hold court.
No, you wouldn't hold court, but I mean, it wouldn't be more. I doubt it would be more than like 2 or 3 people coming up anyway, or like a table full of people, that kind of thing. So I can't imagine it being at the beginning, because even the coffee shops that Sarasota did, the coffee hours they did, those were only like 6 or less than 6 people most times. So that's what I'm thinking.
You could see what it evolves to, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. See if it evolves into it.
Maybe a little donation jar there to collect money for the San Francisco Bay Bridge Lights project. I going
What?
to Inside Baseball there with the WordPress drama? We can go move on.
No, I
Move on.
have no idea what you're
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about.
move on.
Sorry, you're funny. No, I mean, right now I'm the one donating money to our little group here to keep the hosting going and stuff like that for our website.
And we appreciate you, Jim.
Oh, thanks. But it wouldn't hurt to have, additional money coming in from everywhere else. But I would like to see in-person meetups again. It's just, I know for me, it's harder for me to get, especially since I don't go out after hours like 6 o'clock. I'm pretty much in bed in the evening. So for me, I'd like to do kind of like what Birgit was doing down in Sarasota with the coffee hours, because those are during the day. And, and that way you're getting more people that are actually probably WordPress professionals and stuff. Folks that are, or people that have their own businesses and need assistance with a WordPress site. So that was where I was coming from, was the idea of a happiness bar. So, so what do you guys think? Discussing it on Facebook and Slack?
It's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How often are you talking about this or doing it?
Me, I'm thinking about doing it probably, I would start once a month for Lakeland and then maybe add more, depending. Yeah. So I might do it once weekly. I don't know. It might become a thing where every week I go for an hour to a coffee shop and do it. I don't mind. So, yeah. But it's one of those kind of things I'd like to play it by ear. Okay. All right. We're going to run that by you guys. So, upcoming meetups and events. Next month, February 20th, we have another Ask Us Anything crowdsourcing WordPress support workshop just like this, live stream. And in March, we have another one. And on the 19th. Woohoo. Exciting. We are looking for speakers out there in the WordPress land. We have 2 people watching us, so whoever's watching us, we are looking for speakers. If you discuss or want to talk about WordPress, web design, front end or back end, plugin reviews, theme reviews, anything pertinent to web design or WordPress. We have been getting a couple of speaker requests over the last couple of months, but they've all been motivational speakers, and we really don't want those. That's not our audience, so please keep that in mind. It needs to be within the WordPress space. We have a code of conduct on our website, the WordPress code of conduct, and it kind of falls into that category, that anything having to do with a WordPress meetup, since they do pay for the meetup.com membership, we have to keep it within those parameters. If you've never spoken in public before, it's not a problem. We're doing live stream right now, so no big deal. This is also great for your resume, your LinkedIn, and no longer Twitter X, whatever they call it. And if you are interested in speaking, please go to wptampabay.org/speakers/call, or click on the speakers at the top of the menu bar, and below it, there'll be a call for speakers link. Okay, code of conduct for tonight. There are no stupid questions except the one you didn't ask. We are limiting our question discussion to 10 to 15 minutes. Any more than that, and you should be hiring a consultant anyway. And everyone gets to speak, but no crosstalk, please. I don't think we have a problem with that lately. Most folks have been coming on pretty much aware with their microphone and setup, and they're not doing that as much. So I may drop that question off there. That one really pertained to when we were in person and people were having conversations in the back of the room anyway. That's what crosstalk really is. So our dial-in etiquette tonight, we're using StreamYard, and there's an invite link that is posted on Facebook and YouTube chat, or YouTube chat, since Facebook is not streaming for some strange reason. Please visit the guest instructions that are provided when you connect to that link. They will walk you through configuring your microphone and your speakers, and make sure that you test them ahead of time. And if you're watching the stream through Facebook or YouTube, please go to that tab of your browser and mute that tab, so that that tab does not pick up your audio, because otherwise you'll sound like you're in one of those horrible Inception things. All right, questions. Ask us anything. All right, let me kill that little guy. We don't need him anymore. Bye. Okay, group. No, that's not it. Where are we? I lost us. Help. There we go. Sorry, guys. I do this every time, don't I? I always completely lose our organization when I drop the meeting up. So our questions tonight, I'm going to start from in reverse order. I'm going to start with Travis first. Travis asked, a best solution for providing conditional menus, either menu items or an entire menu. You were looking for a way to conditionally display or hide specific items on your menu depending on the product.
Yes,
page that you're on.
I've and we're talking purely in the block editor here. And
Okay.
if you want to hide or show the whole menu, you can do that with the block visibility plugin.
Okay.
But if you
So-
want to, I will share like what I
share your screen.
because I mentioned like I can show like kind of like some
Okay.
block editor stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, do it.
nice.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't mean to like put you on the spot. I had found a couple of things, but I will show your first stuff. There you go.
So
Ooh,
yeah,
hide
like
your questions.
so this is I'm working on our upcoming redesign here.
Sweet.
For
Looks
the
good.
Cosmic Giant site, and this is all block editor. This whole page.
Congratulations.
Nice.
We have a
Nice
when you're
work.
in the product section, we have a top navigation here that we have the company logo to go back to the home page. But then
Okay.
each of the other products are up here to like instead of like a plugins or product drop down, it's just like, hey, here are the other products, like quickly get to them. Kind of like Delicious Brains has that similar kind of navigation style on their site. But the issue is wanting to do a singular navigation menu for
Mhm.
this item where all the products are listed.
Mhm.
But when I'm in the legal signing section of the site, I don't want to show the legal signing item up in that top
Right.
nav, obviously, because we're already in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that block visibility plugin does not allow you to set sub navigation links with visibility parameters, even though all of the items within a navigation menu in the block editor, those are just blocks.
Okay. So you are using the full screen editor navigation block
Yes.
or menu block. Okay.
Yes, I
Gotcha.
can. That would be tricky to show.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. You don't have to show that one. I was trying to think of another option for you there because you could, since your main navigation is the legal signing and the features compliance pricing buy now, right? That's your main navigation.
Well, so this top bar here is this header bar is part of the plugin or the page template along with the footer here.
Right.
The rest of it, I'm going to switch tabs here, is in the block editor for this page. Right now, I'm editing the pricing page, and this top bar is actually I think it's, nope, I don't have it set up right now, but this will be a synced pattern.
Okay.
So all of the legal signing pages can have this specific header automatically inserted into the hero area.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, question though, because when you have multiple navs, what are you naming them? Like, do you have like a different name for the one at the very top and then one?
Yeah, they're named
for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna sit there and think. I was like, see, I would.
There's got to be a way to filter it somehow, and I know there's filters that exist, but it doesn't look clean cut like in the way I would like. I feel like it might take some regex for me to like pull some stuff.
Okay. Well, it's still using the menus thing, right? The thing where you actually go into menus and create a menu. It's still
so like the back end logic on this when it's going to render the page. Like this section here is the navigation menu. And when the navigation block goes to render on the front end, this navigation menu is stored in a post where the post content is all of the markup for the inner blocks containing the menu links.
Wow. Okay.
So in theory,
they have completely obliterated the appearance menus. So it's no longer populated from appearance menus. It's now inside.
It's correct. Editor. Yes. So theoretically, we could filter off the get post call, check that it's that navigation menu, and if we're in this section of the site, go ahead and filter that post content. The problem with there is that now we got to do some regex, like parse each of these HTML the block markup, and pull out the one we don't need to. That shouldn't be too difficult in theory, because it's just like there's only one type of block in here. So there's only really one type of thing we need to do a regex test for. Okay. That might be the way I go. That seems like it might be the easiest. I know previously you had mentioned of like adding a CSS class to each of the menu items and then adding a CSS class to the body based on what section we're in.
Well, your CSS on the body would actually come in automatically. That's configured
Yes.
when your post type or the post you're on.
Yeah.
Those are actually dropped into the
Well,
body.
it would also need to,
CSS automatically. Yeah.
There would need to be a filter for that because it would also need to work on these child pages as well.
Yeah, that's true.
While
I mean,
that
I've
will
used
work,
that methodology. I've used that methodology for like our WordPress Tampa Bay website. I use body classes and taxonomy to color specific pages depending on what term you're on, what taxonomy term you're on. So that might work for you.
Will that solution work? Yes. Do I like it? No.
Well, because it wouldn't be hidden. It wouldn't be hidden to an Araya menu. That would be the problem.
Yeah, it should be gone from the markup.
Yeah, you don't want it in the markup at all, and that's where you're really looking for something that. I was looking at all of the old plugins that handle navigation stuff like this. Do none of them work on the block editor menu block?
I don't think so because they're handled separately. Similarly, if you do, let me see if I can.
Yeah, because that's my question: is that
do
they throw out all of the logic of the menu items and stuff when they replace them with full screen editor?
Similarly, if you have a navigation block where it's like in the responsive setting like this, you can't, as far as I could tell, you can't toggle the sub navs. They always have to be present. It seems like there's a setting that you can like have these like be toggled.
Like they should be collapsed. Yeah.
But like but then it looks like if you do that, well, one, I couldn't get them to actually toggle. But two, then this top item, like this legal signing item, which would be the toggle, can't be a link. So it can't link to the legal signing page. So then there would have to be an additional nav item for the landing, which is like, what am I then going to call that in the navigation?
Okay, you've already told me right now that full screen editing is not ready. Menus are not ready for full screen editing yet.
The navigation is real weird.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like navigation is definitely not ready because this I handle. I do stuff like this using the regular nav blocks, but you've got a couple of options. There's a second. It's not widget logic. It is, where did it go? It's not block visibility. It's not that one. Conditional menus by Famify. Let me share this page real quick. Yeah, I'll say that. I say that and then share screen, window, Chrome tab. Here we go. And there you go. Conditional menus is one I've used, but what it does is you set up different menus depending, and you can set the conditional logic for that menu to display or not. And I was thinking that might work for you, except that it's pretty current. So I mean, it doesn't say it doesn't work with Gutenberg.
My thing would be similar to your CSS solution. I should not have to build out 4 different menus.
I know. I agree with you. Because you should be able to do the conditional logic at the menu item level, because that's how it works with there's what's the other plugin? I use another plugin.
There's a plugin I've used before that lets you do like on the old style, the classic menus, doing conditional on the menu items. Yes, I know.
Yeah. I've used one that's role based where you can hide an entire menu level based on roles. Yeah,
that's what we use now, so we can like toggle like log in, log out links and account sections,
exactly.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's how that should work. So, and this works that way. I mean, conditional menus does that. It does role-based logic too.
I'm just being stubborn here because I feel like it should work.
Yes, I completely agree with you. It should definitely work. There's no reason it shouldn't. I really like the design work you did. That's great.
If you want to,
I mean, that really looks. That is awesome work, dude.
This is full on, and these are all core blocks.
Those are core blocks. Nice.
Yeah. So like I'm still working. This is a page I'm still like in the process of. Tables are a little funky in the sense, well, like this is a style I have set up for this table, like for the pricing. Like you can do stripes and like the default table, but like I have a pricing features table style, so that automatically styles the table the way I need it to. The frustrating thing with tables is that they do not support inner blocks.
No, they don't.
They only support text. So to be able to have our purchase buttons, and along with the, we're going to have a custom pricing block that I need to build out that will like, you can select, hey, this is the product I want to display the price for. And it'll automatically like swap in the price based on like if there's a discount present and stuff like that, or sales going on. I can't put that in the table. So this is like a group block with a CSS class on the group.
Right, to make
the
it stay within the
CSS
table. Yeah.
That the CSS then like emulates a table, which is frustrating.
Yeah. Because we're talking basic HTML here, you know? I mean,
yeah, but I mean, honestly, putting HTML within a table is kind of messy anyway.
But look, I have like I have a pricing table here that I can delete that table and like, hey, I'm gonna actually go in and like add another like pricing tier in here. Whoop, nope, I added it at the wrong place. Gotta make sure you're in the right spot. And bam, I can add a
nice.
I can just easily with a don't want to save the changes there. If I pull up the features page, yeah, sure. It's been interesting building out patterns for all this stuff.
Okay.
But it's like been very easy to like, hey, we're gonna throw in some product cards here.
Nice work, dude.
Come on. Going like I can build out a page very, very quickly.
Cool. Are you using the query loop stuff for your items?
I have not gotten to that part yet for the blog stuff. These are all just like design elements that we have in our redesign package
library,
right into patterns. Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I've been playing a lot with the query loop with the full screen editor. So we should probably do a Gutenberg maybe in March. What do you guys think? Like do a a dig in. We have a good question here from James just asked. I'll just throw it on up there. James Balter asked, what do you think of the plugin admin and site enhancements? I have never heard of such plugin, but I will look it up real quick. Admin and site enhancements. I'm assuming it's a WordPress.org plugin. Well, no, yep, it is. Hang on. Oh, I have seen this one. Hang on. Wait a second. I heard this one was, what do you call it? Someone from, what did I do? There we go. Someone from the admin bar, which is a channel of, they do generate press, generate blocks, accessibility, security, and stuff like that, discussions. And they were promoting this one. And it's kind of cool. It's like a kitchen sink of site enhancements and admin enhancements and stuff like that. One plugin to rule them all, that kind of a thing. Actually, this YouTube video right here is the one I remember watching about it, I think. One plugin to rule them all. One of these videos, anyway. They've got several of them promoting them. This guy, Optimize WordPress, his 5 easy tips. I follow his channel, so he was the one. Yeah, everybody's got the thumbnail going. But basically, it allows you to turn on SVG upload without having to use a plugin. It allows you to do page and post application automatically, media replacement, like you used to have a plugin installed to upload an image and replace an image, that kind of a thing. Some pretty useful things, I think, worth checking out. I'm going to take a look at it. I've got it on my list now, so I'll definitely take a look.
Plugin should definitely win the Guinness World Record for most toggles in a settings section.
Agreed. I mean, for me, I use it's
confusing. Funny, not us.
Well, I've been trying to thin down the number of plugins I use because I'm doing like that website conversion where I'm moving them from HostGator over to Flywheel, and we had so many different plugins on that site, and I've just been trying to go down and slowly winnow out the ones I don't need anymore, and which things I can replace completely using the block editor, or things that make sense. But I'm still running into those situations where I need admin columns. That plugin admin columns. Have you guys ever used that one?
I have not, but I know of it.
Familiar, yeah.
Hang on, let me pull it up real quick and I'll show you. God, I think we're going to basically be an entire discussion of plugins tonight. That's all we're going to be. Here we go, admin columns, and share this tab instead. There we go. Admin columns allows you to customize the table list inside the WordPress admin. So in your like here, like you can see the image of it. You could show the featured image, you can show excerpts, kind of stuff like that. Let me show you a working example version. Flyable sites. Oop, crap. Hang on, I'm gonna have to drop over to my Safari because I don't have this one set up properly yet. Hang on. Go to the admin. And I don't want to get like too off on a tangent, but I just wanted to show you guys some of that stuff. Sorry, I'm having to log into sites and things, so it's taking a little bit longer than normal. Okay, give me a second. All right. Let me share the screen. Stop sharing and share this one instead. Share screen. No. Safari. Nope, that's not the right one. Where's Safari? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is what admin columns allows you to do. Like I've got the featured image here in a column. I've got the title there. I've got some additional linked items out here. Like this website has a custom taxonomy that I created called internals. And it has two options. One is called featured and one is called, or two different taxonomy terms. One is called featured and one is called archived. That way you can put all of your posts inside the post thing, but if you don't ever want to show them on the front end, you put them in a taxonomy called archived and they'll never show in the query loop. I can hide them from the query loop using the archived taxonomy. And I can use featured to do a separate location for them to actually like show them off on either in the front on the home page or on that particular archive list. So this is kind of like, this one has a linked relationship field from pods. But it's kind of a cool system because like when you're inside the post type or the custom post type or any post type that has a table list, you can edit columns and it gives you a little view where you can add and move around different things. So it's kind of useful. I love it. So, but I use it for a lot of things. Like I have courses in here, which has.
But it's a premium plugin, right?
No, it's free. The pro version allows you to edit all across the board. Like you could do in column editing with the pro version. That's the only real difference there. So it adds a lot more functionality, but you could get away with this. And this is all free version. And I mean, this is quite useful because it's got the link to her LinkedIn Learning site. I've got the internals thing here. I've got the excerpt, the featured image, all of it. So I can immediately tell what kind of shape we're in. And I can still go in here and quick edit. And, you don't have access to everything, but you have access to the stuff you normally would. But with the pro version, you would be able to actually click an edit button and be able to edit every single field that was in the column. So it's pretty useful. Yeah. And you can create different views based on whoever's logged in. So you could create kind of like a workflow system with admin columns. I've done that before, but it's pretty useful. I like it. And I'm using admin menu editor to clean up the left-hand menu because it's too hard to do that stuff with code. You know what I'm talking about, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make all those way, but yes.
Yes. To organize this thing very cleanly. Yeah, it's too hard to do it with admin menu. At Pods, I'm doing most of it with, like I'm getting all the icons from Pods. But as far as the arrangement, that whole process in WordPress drives me crazy. So I use admin menu editor.
Wow, these are all her taxonomies and whatnot.
These are all her custom post types and taxonomies. There's a handful of lot. So this is a very complicated site. So has a lot of custom content. So, but I'm rebuilding this entire thing in the full screen editor as well. So except for the menu, I'm using GeneratePress for the menu right now, but I may change it somewhere down the road. But as far as like, I converted this from the theme, most of the pages within a couple of days. So it's not hard. I mean, that's what I'm finding is that it's not that hard to do things that you could only do in Divi and Elementor and Beaver Builder. It's not that hard to do any of that builder stuff completely inside the block editor now. So that's a really impressive stuff. Yeah, James made a comment. He says it seems to reduce the number of plugins and simplify them when setting up a site. The admin screen, admin and site enhancements. I could see that definitely, because you're right. It's a bunch of little things that you kind of really need, but you know, like you'd have to go get duplicate posts. You'd have to go get this particular plugin and that particular plugin, and you don't want to put all of those on a site when you can wrap them all up into one. So definitely a useful one, I think. Okay, so let's continue on with questions. Kenneth Young asks, a plugin or code to change the sale price on a product based on the number of days since the product was created. It would help to know what your product is in. Like, are you talking about a product on Gravity Forms, like you're selling it with, like a GP inventory or something like Gravity Perks inventory? Because they have that functionality where you can do conditional pricing based on dates and stuff like that. And WooCommerce, I want to say, has the ability to completely manage sales, doesn't it? I love that facial expression, Travis. Yeah,
You're asking someone who has never used WooCommerce in their life.
Never?
Wait, repeat your question. Never. Repeat your question about WooCommerce.
With WooCommerce, you can completely manage the sales. Like you can determine items that are going on sale and when they're on sale and what their sale price is and stuff like that.
If you buy all their
their add-ons, you mean? Yeah. You mean none of that's included automatically? None of it?
I've never tried the part about this, sales going on and off and whatnot. Okay. But probably those are add-ons.
Yeah, I seem to remember I know within the base product. Oh, we lost Travis. He went kaboom. Maybe he'll come back in a minute. He probably lost his connection or something. I know within the base product, you can do, there's Travis. He's back again. You can do, welcome back. We thought we lost you. So people just knocking off like flies. But anyway, within the base product of WooCommerce, you can do related items. You can connect,
yes,
products together completely within WooCommerce. And I know you can assign sales prices and you can group items to be on sale within a percentage discount and stuff like that.
Well, the related products thing, I have it on this one site. You have to buy that.
Okay. Really? I thought related products was built in. It always was when I played with it. So,
well, they've figured out how to monetize
sales, WooCommerce. Yeah, that's kind of the problem is that what is a WooCommerce conditional discount? A WooCommerce conditional discount is a customized and targeted discount with different conditions based on user role, products in the cart, subtotal value and items, customer location. How to create WooCommerce conditional discounts. Let's see. Is this a plugin they're talking about? Yeah. It's a user-friendly plugin like Discount Rules for WooCommerce. Is that a free plugin? No, it's not. Of course not. Okay.
So you have to determine how bad do you want it,
Pretty much, yeah. So Kenneth, if you're watching, I'm going to present the link real quick. Give me just a second. Nope, not a video file. What am I doing? Stop that. Cancel. Present. Stop screen. There we go. I was sharing Safari, so I have to switch back to Chrome again. Here we go. It's this one. Discount rules for WooCommerce. And the article that was talking about it is this one here. Share this tab instead. How to create WooCommerce conditional discounts. That's what I would search for and see if there's any other options out there. But the plugin they were talking about is Discount Rules for WooCommerce. And that sounds like it would do what you're looking for. So, okay. All right. So let me remove that little guy for a bit. All right, that was Ken's question. Robin has asked a question about selecting a new theme. That is a loaded question because, to be honest, in the past, you were picking a theme typically for a type of business or something like that. And
Yeah.
I don't think
The
that's the
base
case
level appearance that the theme provides and like the features that
Yeah.
it includes within it. That's not
Yeah.
really a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's really not. You want something that's going to be flexible enough to, it depends again, whether you're going block editor or you're going, like if you were working with Elementor, there are Elementor themes. If you're working with Beaver Builder, they have Beaver Builder, blah, blah, blah. Beaver Builder has their own theme. Blocks has a theme that works with their version of Blocks. Divi has obviously got Divi, it's that kind of a thing. But it really comes down to, what do you mean when you're selecting a theme, Robin? So if you are watching and paying attention with that question, be a little more specific, because I honestly selecting a theme is not, or selecting a new theme really isn't where it's not the way it used to be. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. It's more based on what blocks you're building. If you're going to be building block editor themes, then you need to pick a theme that supports the block editor, stuff like that, and gives you as much flexibility as possible.
Which I feel like we're finally at the point you can do most things in the block editor.
Yeah.
Some stuff, there's going to be edge cases you might hit up against, but for most people, it should be achievable.
Yeah. Well, and even, what is it, like Ollie theme, which is a full screen editor, block editor theme, allows you to completely set up your color schemes within it. It allows you to set up local patterns. It allows you to set up your typography, the whole bit.
Which you can do a lot of that with control. What is it? Is it called Create Block Theme? Is that the plugin?
Yeah, Create Block Theme. That's the same one. Yeah. So Create Block Theme is the one that lets you build it from scratch. We talked about it in November. It works great. It does a really good job of that. So yeah, that's an option too. But when you're going from that direction, then that really does put you back in that role of designer. Or do you have someone who has created a design based on your brand for your business, and they've created a look like in Figma or something? And what you're really doing is duplicating or applying that look to your WordPress site. And I think we're finally there with full screen editor and the block editor, where you can actually do that. Back in the past, I mean, you remember, God, Elaine and I come back from the old school days of this. Doing that in the past was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Like I did that stuff, Jim. I would convert designs from Photoshop and use Dreamweaver and Fireworks, and I did all that stuff.
I didn't think you were that old.
He started this when he was 3 or something. I don't know.
9.
You were the little keyboard on the edge.
Prodigy. He was a child prodigy.
A little keyboard at the end of your parabola when rolling around the park, and doing websites for your kids.
I got all like the bad security practice stuff out of me very early, very young.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
I learned not to
got
store.
Burned.
Yeah, storing plain text passwords. I learned that at like 14. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. Do you guys remember building table-based designs?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
In Dreamweaver.
That was the worst.
Oh, was it ever? Jeez.
I remember doing that in middle school, like helping to update the school site that was built in like Dreamweaver templates and tables. And I'm like, hey, could we not do this in tables?
Is it really that recent that we were doing that?
I mean, that was 2005.
Well, what was your suggestion as a substitute?
Because they are. It was just 2005.
Oh, just like not use tables.
Yeah.
Like we can do something other than like tables and editable regions in Dreamweaver.
Yeah, CSS wasn't there yet, I don't think. Not to the level that it.
But see, when you graduate middle school, you would be the only connection to how that website would work. So they probably were like,
I would leave something good for the student behind me to learn.
Yeah, I guess it was that recently. I didn't think it was that recently, but yeah, I guess it was. Wow. Okay. So Robin, I know that didn't really answer your question well, but that's kind of the thing, is that these days we don't really select a theme. We do it in the WordPress, and the goal should be to do it in the block editor if you can, because the less dependency you have on themes that are tied to specific block editors, like built like he has a haunted lamp. The less you have the less, sorry, anyone out there in the world. We just had a comment from Jennifer. Jennifer was on our call and she couldn't stay on because her lamp was messing with her speaker and it was creating this odd static sound. So she had to drop off the call, and now she's just told Travis that he has a haunted lamp too. But anyway, what was I saying? The goal should be is you don't want to tie your website to one particular technology if you can help it. Like if you did all of your websites in Beaver Builder and then Beaver Builder goes away, you're screwed. Or Beaver Builder sites no longer be updates. Or Elementor is what you've built everything in, and Elementor has decided to go, oh, we're going to become a SaaS-based service, and we're not running on WordPress anymore, and we're not going to support Elementor on WordPress anymore, and walk away from everybody. And then you run into that. Or you have Divi, and I mean, Divi is a great plugin. I find it blows my computer up every time I try to load it now because it's got so much memory overhead. But some people love it. I don't anymore. And I've been rebuilding sites from Divi and ripping my head off because they're such a pain.
Definitely don't try to do everything in the block editor. For instance, we started out that site project, this redesign project, we hired a freelancer off Codable to convert a lot of the design blocks that we had in our sketch file into the block editor and patterns. And I had to enlighten them early on of hey, just because there's a space between these two items, we don't need a spacer block here. We don't need that level of control. We can just apply a CSS class to this main group and just control the margin in CSS. Not everything has to be in the block editor.
Yeah. I've noticed that plugins like Generate Blocks is pretty good about it. Generate Press is good about it. Some of them are div crazy, divinus crazy.
Yeah.
Way too many divs. But I know that
sometimes it's just how you have to do it, honestly.
I know, but some of them are letting you switch the div so that you can call it a section instead, which makes
you can do that in Core.
Oh, that's true, because you can.
You do that in the group blocks, yeah.
Okay, good. So, that's kind of the whole thing, is that try to be logical about your layout, I guess would be the point. So, and let's see, that was Kenneth, Robin, Elaine. Let's do this one. You asked best practice for multiple landing pages from different domains that include a contact form. You will not believe the number of possible links I have for you.
You're kidding. Oh my God.
Sorry, babe. It was one of those things that I had.
It's not one holy grail. No.
There's not one holy grail. Back in the day, do you remember this one? Seed Prod? Oh, sorry. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I worked with a Seed.
Yeah. Seed Prod was how you used to have to do it when you were putting up a temporary website and needed to put a landing page up just temporarily. And it still works. But I still think that one primarily only works when you want to have a landing page on one site. So that's a seed prod for just one site. Although I believe you still can create multiple landing pages and put them on different pages within your site using seed prod. Probably a better solution would be the Unbounce, which you actually create all your landing pages at unbounce.com. And then you can present them on different pages within your site using the Unbounce landing pages plugin. So that's an option as well. So,
are they different domain names or?
No, that's kind of the problem. This is, I'm kind of getting you there.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting you there.
Okay, that sounds interesting though. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people, they want to keep it still branded within their company, and then have maybe they have a promote, just as an example, Cosmic Giant needs to have a landing page for, fillable PDF, needs to have a landing page for legal signing, needs to have a landing page for entry automation, that kind of thing. This is perfect for stuff like that, where you've got a promotion, or you're doing WordCamps, or you're doing, sales and discounts, but they all still need to come from your primary website. You just put them in a directory underneath that website, just like you would a page. So this is perfect for that.
Okay.
And that's Unbounce landing pages. And then we got another one called Landing Page Cat, which is coming soon page, maintenance page, and squeeze pages. This kind of is like the first one. It's still only at one I mean, you can do multiple pages, same type of thing, but they're actually physically on your site, and they're fast setups. Squeeze pages are those
Nice.
email sign up forms. So then you have the next level, which
Wait,
is
does landing page cat that's on your domain, a
it's on
subdomain
your
or
yes,
whatever.
it's on your WordPress domain, but you can do it on a subdomain within your domain, or you can do it within subdirectories on your domain. So you can still work at that direction. This is the one you were talking about, where multiple domain mapping on a single site.
Whoa, there's a plugin for that?
Yes. So you can kind of create a multi-site without being a multi-site. The whole
Yeah, I
idea
was
is
wondering
that
if it was going to end up being multi-site.
it's not multi-site.
I know.
It acts like multi-site. Basically, this is a plugin. Let me see if I can share this one. Give me a second, because I have this set up on my site because I wanted to test it before I did it for Denise's site. Because Denise has a whole bunch of Denise has a whole bunch of standalone sites that are really only one-page sites. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So I wanted to test this. So I did it on Flywheel, and there's configurations that have to happen. Let me share this page tab instead. And it's configured under Tools Multi-Domain is where you do it. And you define your mappings here. You point a site to a page or a directory, that kind of thing. Okay. And it actually, this will be the design, like this is the desired route for this mapping, is like jimtree.com/pywacket. And supposedly it would point anything from that domain to that directory and anything below it. I haven't tested it on subpages below that domain, but supposedly it would. It does say that please note descendant URIs will be mapped as well, but I have not tested that part. All I wanted to make sure was at least the one-page version worked, and it does. If I go to pywacket.com, boom, I'm on. This is my same site. It's just a page within jimtree.com, but it looks like it's a domain.
You could make that landing page whatever. Yeah,
exactly, within the block editor. Now you do have to sit there and think along the lines that you would have to turn off the menu or have a separate menu for that particular site if it was its own, one page site with links going down to different anchors on the page. But most plugins or most themes today that are full site editor formatted, you can configure that at the block level. So you should be able to hide if you're using a full screen editor, you should be able to hide the header on specific pages and stuff. So that would still work for you. With GeneratePress, I can hide the nav menus, the top bar, whatever I want to hide. So that's what I did with that one. So,
and then contact form would be?
You would just drop it inside that page.
Okay.
Yeah, like Gravity Forms. That's all I did for those. Like, hang on a second. Let me see. Let me try this again. That's not going to work. I don't want to go too deep on that because there are other plugins that do the same thing. Let me share some of those real quick. Hang on a second. Present, share screen, because I started with that one and then found a whole bunch of other ones. So here's one. Nope, not that one. All right, we'll go back to that one and then I'll find it when I get up there. So I was on multiple domain mapping was the one. Yeah. And I'm sharing that. Okay. It was on multiple domain mapping. There's each domain a page is another one that works in kind of the same way. This one, I believe, required you to name the slug to match the domain name. That I couldn't get this one working. And it took me some finagling over at Flywheel to get this working, by the way, too, because you have to forward the domain to your primary domain where your other, because how DNS services, you can point a domain to the same domain as another. You can park it on the same host. Yeah. So you can point multiple domains to the same host. But when you do that, you have to make sure that they're not aliasing to the primary host. There's a whole configuration process. And luckily, the each domain and page explains exactly how to do it. And has a link to how to do it on different hosting companies. So I found that one was the easiest one to work with. I could not get, the multiple that other one I did, the multiple domain mapping on a single site. That plugin is the one that had all the really good instructions for it. This one I could not get working out at all. The each domain page I could not get working at all. Then there's this one called Domain Mapping System. And this is the free version. And under the free version, it can do unlimited domains, map content to any domain. But then all of the expensive stuff is way down here.
For the paid version. Okay.
Yeah. And their paid version is pretty expensive. It's like, here, I'll share this one instead. This is their paid version, Domain Mapping System. Boost WordPress with domain mapping, attach domains to any page, map unlimited domains to your WordPress site, group content by domain to create microsites, integrates with WooCommerce, WPML, and other ones. Pricing is like $79 a year, and that's for one site.
Wow.
I think. Yeah, one site. 3 sites is $149, and 25 is like $500 a year. That's too much. Even $80 a year was too much.
Yeah.
for one site. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, I guess that'd be fine if your one site was hosting thousands of domain landing pages. I mean, if that's what you were doing with it, I guess that would be worth it. But it still seemed kind of high for me. The big thing with the pro version is it added like favicon handling and stuff like that, which was kind of nice. So anyway.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
For that info.
So, anytime. That's what I'm here for. Do the research. So, but yeah, I could tell that it definitely works. Let's just put it that way. Because I have to point Creative Dose to a subpage and our critic to a subpage and then a couple of other ones. So, yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we are at 7:21, guys. So I think we are pretty much, I don't see any other questions coming through. We have 2 people watching us on live stream. Yahoo! And we've answered all the questions, but we have talked about a lot of plugins tonight.
You saw the other comment from James Bolter, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I commented on that one. It was like it seemed to reduce the number of plugins and simplify when setting up a site. That's kind of the whole thing. When you're evaluating plugins for that kind of stuff, like I've been looking at a lot of what do you call it? They're called, if you search for starter sites for 2024, there's on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of people that do website development or do agency development. And what they do is they build these little blueprints of their WordPress site. And those are the themes they use, the plugins they use on every single site, and how kind of like their kickoff start, so they can build a site pretty quickly for a customer if they contact them. Oh, we're up to 6 people watching us now. How did that happen? Or is Travis just opening up multiple windows and logging in? All of a sudden we went from like 2 to 6 and now we're back down to 4. Oh, I guess we're just not interested.
I'm one of them. I am one of them. So.
Okay. I'm probably in one of them too. I don't know. But anyway, that was the idea, was creating a starter site where you would simplify the work you needed to do to launch a site for a customer or, for one of your clients. And I find those fascinating. So that might be a potential talk coming up. And instead of an AMA, is like, what plugins do we consider as good suggestions for our starter sites? Yeah, essential startup. Yeah, so we could do that. You know what? Let's do that. Next AMA, we will answer some questions that come through, but I'll change the question up for February and ask people, what do you consider an essential plugin for your website? And we'll do a round robin of essential plugins for WordPress. So everybody out there who's watching, next month we'll be talking about essential plugins for your WordPress websites. So some you cannot live without. Sounds like fun. Yeah. I like coming up with ideas like this. These are neat. Okay. All right, guys. We will see sorry, I'm not there yet. I have to do my banners first. Please make sure that you visit our website at wptampabay.org to find out all that we're doing and things we have planned, and check out our calendar, check out our prior videos, all of that good stuff. Make sure that you like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're not at enough followers yet to be able to be monetized. So get out there and subscribe to us, damn it. So, I'm going to have to start posting on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, because we need to get more people subscribed to our channel on YouTube so that we can get monetized at some point. All right. We are going to be back here again next month, February 20th, and in March on March 19th. And in February 20th, we'll be talking about essential plugins for your WordPress website. So thank you, Elaine and Travis, for being here this evening. You guys are wonderful. You always make this fun. Oh, thank you so much. And I will see you guys next month. Thank you for watching a recorded session from WordPress Tampa Bay Meetup. We meet monthly through Meetup on live stream on the third Tuesday of the month through our YouTube channel and Facebook group. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up in YouTube and be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified of new videos. Find out more about WordPress Tampa Bay at our website at wptampabay.org. Thanks.